We're at the Robert Hall residence and we're back to make some more repairs. We had a issue last time where every shingle we touched was damaging several shingles around it. So we're back to address repairs with more shingles, and then we're gonna start with this area here. We got this wind damaged shingle here. So I'm gonna remove and replace it, but it actually is another row of shingles right here that runs under the ridge and the ridge vent. So in order to fix this shingle, I'm gonna have to get the ridge and ridge vent off up to at least here for access. So we're gonna start by taking the ridge off. There's a bonding strip there and fasteners there on each piece, so we got to get past both. Okay. No resistance to that bonding strip. Just to point out some of the stuff that's happening, the resistance that we're seeing at the bonding strip is that. So we're getting major material transfers. So when we separate them, it's ripping from one to the other. So we're getting a bunch of more damage as we go. by taking these off. So the ridge caps are going to have to be replaced in this area. All right, so we've got the ridge caps off. We need to get the ridge off and the fasteners out of it first. So we got both nails from the ridge going in and the ridge vent. Quite a bit. Now, this ridge vent is like a continuous piece. It's very cheap plastic, and it's fully perforated now. So I can't put this back together with this same ridge vent because it's not meant to have a bunch of extra holes in it. So I can't terminate it. We're gonna have to do it all the way down, but I'm gonna, for access, I'm gonna try to lift it without damaging it. There's no way to get it out of the way. If I fold it, it's going to break. So I'm not sure that I can do this without taking the ridge all the way off. But it's already damaged, so I'm not going to take it all the way off. I'm going to try to terminate it and mitigate further damage. All right, we've got our ridge vent off. You can see that they ran the cut up to the soffit so that it's not ventilating over the soffit, which is the right way to do it. But we've got this shingle exposed now, which laps over onto this side. So we're going to remove this shingle to gain access to this shingle. Next step. This set of nails right here will not lift from the bottom, so it's ripped through the shingle. There's one of the shingles went off, and so now again this is our shingle to repair. So we've got to get this shingle out of place that runs further under here. All the way back to here. So I gotta get this other section off just to gain access to our repair shingle. But before I get to there, I'm gonna start on the right-hand side, getting the fasteners out. You can see our shingle to be repaired right here has shingles from the opposite slope lapped over onto it and nailed into it. So we're gonna have to remove all of those nails to get access to this shingle. So with one shingle repair so far, we've got about 8 or 9 pieces of ridge that were damaged. 1, 2, 3 shingles. This is going to be 4, and we're just barely getting into this, so keep working on it. That shingle out of the way, and we've got one more shingle lapping over this top shingle here. It's this guy that was nailed in to the top of this shingle, and it's still nailed in here. So we're going to move the rest of it for access. Okay, we've almost got our shingle uncovered. Now we need to get the rest of this guy, which is going to require another 5 or 6 pieces of ridge coming off in order to gain access. That sealant strip giving resistance again. Separated is pretty much a nightmare. It's just ripping everything apart. So 2 more. severely ripped. See, it's ripped one next to it. All right, almost have the edge of this shingle up. I'm gonna try to cut it and hope I don't have to get into another piece of ridge or two. All of these fasteners out. Okay, cheap plastic, all perforated. Now, we've finally got access to this shingle, which needs to come out because it's overlapping our repair shingle here. So, all right. Now we've got our fasteners out. We've got some more material transfer going on where the shingle that came off ripped the adjacent shingle, like was happening before with the other repairs. So that's an effect that's going to move its way downward. Now this shingle's got to be replaced. And if it happens to the next shingle, that one has to be replaced, and so on and so forth. So, just want to do a shingle count on how many have been damaged so far in order to access this one. So one shingle, that piece was already damaged by wind, but it had to come off. So this shingle was damaged with material transfer, and then about 10-12 pieces of ridge vent, and the shingles that had material transfer coming off. So I think we're around 6 or 7 shingles to repair this one shingle at the moment. So the unfortunate part is I can't replace that one shingle now because I have to replace the next piece because it's damaged from the other part ripping material off. So now I have to get this shingle off, and we're going to be as gentle as possible. That sealant strip is heavily bonded, so this is the tool that the manufacturer recommends to get those apart. So I'm going to start by getting the sealant strip loose. It's already pretty loose. And now we need to get the nails out, which looks like this was part of the wind that was blown up with the shingle next to it, because all the fasteners are still in and this shingle's just barely holding on by the edge. So you see getting it loose there on the sealant strip from the starter, ripped it again. All right. So we're going to remove our fasteners, make way for our new shingle, so nothing is impeding. Okay, we've got that shingle in place. We're gonna get our next shingle in place, but we still have ridge cap left over. It's installed over the starter. We're gonna get that remaining pieces out of the way. Okay. So, a little bit of material off of there.